And now to the Court of Appeal crisis, and the wheels of justice are slowly grounding to a halt due to a shortage of judges. The President of the Court of Appeal, Justice William Ouko, announcing that by January the 13th next year, the Court of Appeal sittings in Nyeri, Kisumu and Mombasa will remain suspended until the number of judges is increased. Chemutai Goin reports.
It is the judiciary's turn to revisit in what is seen as a silent protest over the executive's refusal to approve 11 judges nominated to the Court of Appeal by the Judicial Service Commission. Court of Appeal President Justice William Ouko says their bid to decentralize the courts was no longer tenable due to a shortage of judges, and to this effect, the rotational court sittings in Mombasa, Kisumu and Nyeri would be suspended starting January 13th when the court's recess ends. As Judge Ouko regretted the decision, he said they were no longer able to deal with the multitude of cases lodged before them, citing the court in Nairobi with close to 3,000 appeals and applications and only able to mount 2 benches way below international standards. Ouko says initially the court had 27 judges. 3 judges were each deployed to Malindi, Kisumu and Nyeri, the remaining 18 stationed in Nairobi due to the heavy caseload. But says that due to promotion, retirement and in the case of Justice James Odek's death, the number had reduced to 15, 12 of whom sit full-time. Appellate judges in Mombasa, Nyeri and Kisumu will now relocate to Nairobi unless President Kenyatta revisits his decision. The president rejected the list forwarded by the JSC on grounds that some judges had integrity issues. But there is also a belief that the president was not keen on some of the nominees who had ruled against the state and was more inclined towards a regime-friendly judiciary. More questions now raised on the independence of the JSC. Chief Justice David Maraga has been on record decrying the undermining of the judiciary by the executive following proposed budget cuts, which Registrar Anna Madi had in November during an appearance before the Senate Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, warned the move will cripple operations of the judiciary.
An under-resourced judiciary cannot meet the needs of a growing economy.
You better start closing the anti-corruption courts, so that the national executive can be serious. Just close anti-corruption court.
The Court of Appeal in Nyeri reduced its operations from April for lack of a full bench. Since then, cases have been piling and forwarded to the Nairobi court. And as the push and pull between the judiciary and the executive persists, it is whoever will blink first that will rescue thousands of Kenyans awaiting justice. Chemutai Goin, Citizen TV, Nairobi.